DIYers, hey, what's going on, Mike Borders with the Mike Borders channel? Thank you for watching. We just took delivery and hooked up our brand new LG THINQ laundry center, and it's pretty awesome. We really like it. However, before we run a full cycle with clothes or towels or whatever, we are going to run a test cycle on the dryer. Let's take a look. DIYers, we have made our way to our brand new LG THINQ laundry center, and it was just delivered, and down below in the comments and description will be a step-by-step video on how to properly prepare your old appliance for pickup. And that covers all disconnection of the water lines, exhaust hose, etc. As well as a link on how to properly reinstall or install your brand new appliance. And again, in our case, LG THINQ, we have the electric version. And we have already tested the washing machine per our installation and owner's manual, and that link is down below as well. Definitely check that out, and it will bring you up to speed because we have to do that first. And once that's complete, now it is time to perform the initial dryer test after installation. Next, referencing our exact owner's manual and installation manual, again, we just finished the testing the washer steps, and we're moving on to testing the dryer, and we do not have a gas model. We are going to go to the electric model. Close the dryer door and press the power button to turn the dryer on. Press the time dry and start/pause button to start the test. The exhaust air should be warm after the dryer has been operating for 3 minutes. We want to check the airflow to ensure we have adequate airflow through the dryer duct and exhaust hose, and we do not get any air codes trigger, one of which would be your flow sensor. That is what we are trying to alleviate. Next, just carefully open up your dryer door, not aggressively. You do not want to break your brand new door and lock mechanism. Come inside the dryer to ensure no items are inside, such as your owner's manual or any parts that were inside during the delivery. Coming to the left of the laundry center, you can see our brand new installed exhaust hose, and it feeds all the way down to our newly installed dryer chute. And down below in the comments and description will be a link on how to replace that. And that feeds outside to here. And again, we show you how to install it as well as apply the silicone bead to create that watertight seal. However, back to the dryer duct inside. When the dryer is running, you want to have that exhaust hose properly routed and not kinked or bent, ultimately allowing proper airflow when the dryer is operating. Again, if you have any blockage, that is usually because you are using your old dryer hose, which is not recommended. Definitely replace it with a brand new one. And or if it is new, you may just have it routed improperly. Camera position now, we are going to turn on the dryer. We are going to select time dry, which is way over here, just to the right side of dry level. And no need to do 40 minutes. Keep pressing it, and 20 is the lowest. And again, we are going to turn it on for only 3 to 4 minutes tops. No less than 3, absolutely no higher than 4, because again, we don't have anything inside the dryer. Taking a step back, and DIYers, during the install process, if you do catch or watch that video, we talk about the importance of properly leveling your level legs down below. Because when the washing machine is on, and going through its cycle, as well as the dryer, at no point do you want this, or do you want to see this machine wobble, shake, or vibrate. And as you can see, it is properly level with the dryer in full operation. And again, we are patiently waiting 3 minutes, maybe 4 tops, and we don't want any faulty or air codes to trigger. Coming over to our exhaust hose, and so far so good. Back outside to the dryer chute and exhaust, and coming down below where the vent screen is, and inside our little flapper is open, and we've got really nice flow of air or exhaust air. And there's 3 minutes. I will pause it and shut the system down. However, coming up top, and again, just testing the airflow, and so far so good. From here, I will shut the system down. Next, I put the wet towels inside the dryer, and we are going to run a normal drying cycle on the dryer. Normal, and start. Back to our owner's and installation manual, and again during the testing of the dryer, both heating and airflow, we are hoping that we do not get the flow sense icon or fault code to trigger. And so far, successful test, as well as we are running the normal cycle drying and no issues yet. In addition, during the delivery, the team scratched and gouged the bottom portion of the washer. To a closer view, again, they scratched and gouged it pretty good. However, down below in the comments and description will be a link on us using this exact appliance-specific touch-up paint pen, white in our case. Link down below, as well on where to purchase it. Taking a big step back in DIYers, another recommendation I have, and this will be personal preference, but our enclosure is not huge. It's, well, it's not small, but it's not huge. And because of that, for proper or more airflow inside that enclosure when the dryer and washing machine is up and running, we just keep the doors open. Again, personal preference.